why did you specifically get an EcoBoost instead of a GT? This car's a little dangerous, and sometimes, you know, you need that $5 million liability policy.
Yeah.
Hello and welcome to today's episode of Alpha TV. Today, it appears the surprises aren't over. First off, my friend Chris surprised me with the new car. Now my buddy over here,
What's up?
Mr. Dimitri Haliotis, finally on the vlog.
Yeah.
This guy surprised me with the new car. What'd you get? You want to tell the people what you got?
2020 Ford Mustang Ecoboost high performance package with the handling pack also.
Of course, he's got to represent his Greek pride. Always representing Greece. I mean, I respect it. You're proud of where you came from.
Thank you.
So he's repping that Greece blue, and of course, he's also repping the flag of Greece. He's proud of where he came from. Always repping. I appreciate it. If we take a look at it, first off, that's not a normal EcoBoost grill, is it? What is that? How come it's like that? Okay. So I like that because it gives it a different look than the regular other EcoBoosts and the regular other GTs. Is this stock as well? The vents, the roof,
Yeah.
This is all Ford Mustangs have this?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if you can tell because but when he first ordered the car, he's been telling me and he's been talking to me about these stupid stripes, and we've been texting about it for so long. I didn't even notice because these stripes just blend in. I don't even know if you can notice it. This is paint, and then there's like this interesting little decal. I'll go close up for you here. And it's like, I see like a dark gray with like polka dots on it. So it's letting the blue underneath come out. And then over here it's darker. As it goes down, it goes lighter. And it kind of blends in. And to be honest, I thought this whole time it was a shadow of the car. So I didn't even notice that it was a stripe. It blends in very well. Now, of course, we got the signature iconic Mustang lights. We got the little boop, boop, boop. And we got this orange, which of course we gotta swap this out with white. Don't put holes. Less holes is always better. This man put his plate there. It's okay. To be honest, it works. I've seen worse. It works. Now this, I think, what makes this car, especially the front end of this car, is this aggressive splitter. It looks like it's out of like a GT. So do normal EcoBoosts have that?
Nah, it's straight from the GT Performance Pack 1. Put it on this baby.
I love it. I think without that splitter, I don't think I would love the car as much. Now, as you can tell, he actually let me drive this car. His dumbass let me drive the car for the past hour. And as you can see, these tires, you know, just a little bit we've been using it. These do come with summer tires,
yeah,
which is an issue for us because we live in the Northeast, and you know, this guy decides to buy a Mustang in the end of October. So yeah, you know, so what are you gonna do about that? Have you decided what you're gonna do? You're gonna put all
winter
seasons
tires,
on, winter tires? Winter.
Yeah, winter.
Here's a real question though. Here's if I know if you're a man or not.
We're gonna drift in the snow.
Are you now?
Yeah.
The question I was gonna ask is, are you even gonna drive it in the snow? Yeah. He's completely skipped over driving in the snow. He said, I'm gonna drift into the snow. You're a real man, my friend. I like it. Now, instead of, you know, most Mustangs that have 5 liter, we got a nice high performance 2.3 liter. No offense, dude. I love you, dude. The car's dope, dude, but we gotta get that out. We gotta get rid of that. And now we make our way back. I'm gonna save the inside for a little bit later. Look at these rims. Normally, when we were first talking about ordering his car, we were thinking maybe an all black vibe, but preferably for me, I love cars with all black rims. This is like a darker gray, darker gunmetal rim. Normally, I don't like it, but with this car, it works. And I think, like I said before, the shadows, it kind of goes in. The front splitter, it kind of goes in. With this, it kind of goes in. However, one thing I actually just did notice, from this grille, this part is gloss black, which is interesting. That, I think, is like one of the few gloss black parts of the car. Now, we make our way to the back. You see we got ample tire room. We're definitely not gonna lower it because he does not know how to JDM it and get it across curbs and speed bumps. I'm not gonna teach him. Now, this unfortunately is an issue. This is actually a very serious issue for me. I don't like it. I don't like why did they put this center hub here? Why did they do that? On the older Mustangs, they used to have it where you pop this open and you put it there. I'll be honest, I'm not a big fan of it. Like, the only thing I don't like about this car is two things. This and the sign over there on the side that says 2.3. 2.3 you can obviously remove, and I'm pretty sure you can get this taken out and you can put like where it says Mustang on it, where you have the pony sign. And the reason why I don't like this is for one reason and one reason alone. As soon as you see this, you know immediately it's not a GT. Like, sometimes you can finesse it and be like, is that a GT? I don't know. This, you see this, if you're a Mustang guy, you know it's not a GT.
I'm not trying to be fake, you know. I got an EcoBoost, not a GT.
So you want to tell them why? Because this is a big reason. Like, he's been debating back and forth. Hold on, we're sponsored by Starbucks. This video, if you'd like to donate, if we're actually starting a Patreon, it's going to be down in the link. What are you laughing about? We're going to start a Patreon. If you'd like to support our Starbucks in our Patreon, please click on the link down below. Click donate. How do you like your drink? This guy's a savage.
Pretty good.
And he drinks it all black. I like to have a little bit of milk.
Just like how I like my men.
We're gonna skip over that. All right then. Yeah, so that's like one of the only parts I don't like. But let's talk about why. Why did you specifically get an EcoBoost instead of a GT?
Under 25, live in New York, insurance.
So insurance is one factor.
Yes, sir.
And that's not even the factor.
And it's my first real wheel drive.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest thing for him. I don't know if I consider you a car guy. I think you like cars.
Yeah, I don't know shit about them.
Yeah, so that's why he keeps me around. But he's never really driven a rear wheel drive car. He doesn't know. He's just learning. Oh, like, he got a little scared. The second or third day you got it? You were driving in the rain.
Oh, yeah.
He was like slipping and sliding a little bit, especially because you're wearing summer tires.
I was losing grip.
Yeah, so imagine if we gave him a GT. The biggest thing with owning a Mustang is you don't want to end up as the next meme. And this guy, he actually works in the insurance business. So lucky for him, when he calls all his connects, they say, oh, you got a Mustang? We got a special insurance policy for you.
www.negrp.com. If you need an auto quote, we're your people.
You see this, right? We're the Northeastern group. And lucky for him, if you have a Mustang, he'll hook you up where if you have a Mustang, he'll give you $5 million crowd insurance coverage. You heard it here, folks. Especially only for Mustangs. This car's a little dangerous, and sometimes, you need that $5 million liability policy.
Yeah.
And we can make a special package for you. Just hit us up. His link to the company is also going to be down below. Now, one of the other things I love about the Mustang is how it slants like that. You see how it's cuts? There's so many cuts. You see like this? It's all about the angles. You know how girls do it on Instagram with the filters, you got to get the sun in the back, you got to get the back. It's when you have a car, it's all about them angles. One thing I think I didn't really like when I was driving the car was with all these angles, it's a little wide.
Oh,
it feels like a tank sometimes when you're driving, and it's something that you get used to, but
parking is annoying.
Yeah, this man was when he tried to park last time when we were at Starbucks, he was like boom, like all the way over here, and the line was over there. But it's okay, it's something you'll get used to. And especially with this, and he has a front splitter too, so he doesn't want to scratch the front splitter. So what I told him was just reverse it in, so you see all the lines, you see it with your mirrors. That's all it is right now. If we go to the back of the car, one of my other favorite parts is actually the diffuser. There's a light here that turns on when you put it in reverse. It's very aggressive, it's very thick. We have dual exhaust tips over here. Here's a question. Do you even know how to open your trunk?
Yeah, from the key. And I think it's right.
Wow, you opened it. You got a backpack, dude?
Gym bag.
Ah, gym bag.
Once a month.
Now I see here, this is not a regular trunk. You got a sub in here.
Yes,
You listen to music like that, dude? You're a music fanatic?
Yeah.
I like it. How much extra was that? Do you know?
$1,000.
$1,000 for a sub?
Yeah, 12 speakers.
No. I thought it was like 400 or 500.
Nah, $995.
Yeah, you're a crazy son of a gun. We don't lose that much. I mean, it does go kind of deep, but it's not too bad. Now, let's make our way to the inside. Right, so when we get in this beautiful car, of course it says Mustang down below. We're gonna close it. We got 3 memory options. We got unlock, lock. We got the 2 windows, power windows. We got the mirrors. Now, with these mirrors, there is blind spot mirroring, which is always a good thing because this car is wide as hell. So without those blind spot mirroring, that blind spot monitoring,
Yeah.
you're in for a little bit of trouble. So as you can see, we have digital gauges here. Excuse me. This is in sport mode, so it looks like the Ford GTs. Let's put it, as you can see here, we can cycle through the modes. We have our hazards here. We have our traction control off here. We're gonna turn it back on because we're not trying to die. We're not trying to utilize that crowd coverage. We have normal steering. We have sport steering. We have comfort steering. And we're back to normal. Now, if we were to cycle through the modes, because that last one is a mode option, this is Sport Plus, and it has that very aggressive Ford GT style, which it reminds me of. I'm pretty sure they do it on purpose because when we were driving this car, it has that really deep bassy tone, which really reminds me of that Ford GT feeling. Now let's go to the next one. We have Sport Plus. We have Track, but we're not track stars, and I don't think we want to end up as a meme, so we're gonna skip that mode. We have drag strip mode. We also don't want to end up as a meme, so we're going to skip that. That's not included in our $5 million umbrella policy. This is snow and wet mode. Now, when you were in that rain, you had it enabled?
Yes, sir.
So how
it just
did you,
like decreases the power pretty much.
like when you floor the gas, you think it just cuts it a little bit? Did you feel safer in it?
Not with the summer tires.
No? Oh, because you had summer tires. Okay.
Yeah.
I respect that. Now let's go to the next mode. And we have normal. We're back to normal. Now, one of the things that I didn't like about this wheel is the fact that there are so many buttons. Like, we get, like, sometimes more is less. I'm sorry. I just messed that up. Did you hear what I said? Sometimes more is less. No, sometimes less is more. Now, like, we got this, we got this, we got this. Like, what is all this nonsense? Like, especially when you're in a Mustang, you can't afford to keep your eyes off the road. You never know if you're going to hit a tree. So, you know, you got to keep it eyes on the road. So this is for setting your cruise control. He doesn't know. I love it. Guy owns the car, doesn't know.
The only one that matters is this.
What is that?
A little horsey.
This is a little horsey, and it brings up your exhaust mode. So now you have quiet, normal, sport, and track. Now, one of the things that they did think about when designing this car is your neighbors. You want to tell them a little bit about that?
Yeah. So the car also has quiet startup. So I have this active for 3 a.m. to 6 a.m. and it makes it quieter when you start it up.
So basically, if he gets up from 3 a.m. to 6 a.m., you should probably extend that a little bit. Maybe to even 8 o'clock, 8 a.m.
Nah.
Just come on, you got to be considerate of your neighbors. See, I'm very considerate. He's not considerate. So screw you guys.
I have a Mustang.
Yeah, that is true. So basically, during that time, it's not as loud, which is one thing I like. And it's very smart when you really think about it, because when you have a Mustang, all your neighbors are probably already going to hate you. Now, when we make our way out of this cluster and out of all these settings, if we can get out, we have these beautiful gauges. And as you see over here, this is the lines for when you're going in and out of the lane. Over here, we have the standard Ford switch for turning on your lights. This is, I don't know what this is, high beam? Yeah, high beam it looks like. We have your standard, you know, little Ford switches here for wipers. We also have a gear shift because this is an automatic, because, you know, my friend's a schmuck. But you know what? I'm going to teach him. If you haven't seen our video that we just posted, it was teaching people how to drive manual. He's going to watch that. So by the time he gets a GT next, or whatever car he has next, he better get a manual. We have the paddle shifters here. We have the beautiful honk here, which is very loud honk. Now, what?
Has a name. Horn?
Horn, honk, horn. Yeah, I'm horny. What? So now, of course, we're always representing Greece, and we're always representing God, because when you drive this car, God better be with you. Now we have these 2 clusters here. It shows you your oil pressure PSI, and it shows you your boost PSI, because obviously this is a 4-cylinder EcoBoost turbo. So now we got, what is all this? This is the rate. Oh, this is Sirius XM.
Yeah, that's Sirius XM.
Now if we go to climate,
I don't even know what that is.
we got climate control here, and we have climate control here, so you can adjust it and it pops up over there. We have your phone, we have navigation, but who really uses navigation? Because this car comes equipped with Apple CarPlay, and when you have Apple CarPlay, everything else is really irrelevant. As long as your speakers are good and you have CarPlay, you're good to go. Now, as you can see here, these are some of the dials here. This is for volume, this is for skipping the track, power on, power off. This is for AC climate control. These are the speakers here. If you want to see the remote, this is what the remote looks like. Kind of looks like the older BMW keys. Well, I guess now it's what the Ford keys look like. We have, I'm sorry, the Prindle.
The Prince.
The Prindle. Oh, I'm sorry, the Prindles, because it has a sport mode down here. Now, one thing that we did activate before, I didn't activate on the drive. I activated on the parking, on the drive over here, is manual gear shifting mode. And so I just put it in first gear, and this thing loves to slide just like I thought it would. But I'm not covered on the $5 million insurance policy. Only he is, so I didn't want to rip it too much. Now, we do have the beautiful colors here with our beautiful cup holders. Thank the Lord. Thank the Lord. You know, all these new cars, they have little electronic little handbrake. No, old-fashioned, just the way I like it, just the way I need it. We got the accent little color here, the ambient lighting here. Now, normally people, they talk about something else. They talk about the back seat, but let's be honest, if you have a Mustang, you're not really going in the back seat because you don't want your neighbor, your passengers to die. Let's see if I can even fit this here. As you can see, there's barely any room. Let's see if I can fit the camera here. What do you think?
The most useless back seats ever.
Yeah, bro, look at your seat. Your seat is basically touching. So I'm not even gonna bother going back there, because you see, in the process of me getting the camera out of the back seat, my camera turned off. So if my camera can't even fit in the back seat, how the hell do you expect a person to fit in the back seat? Absolutely impossible. Now, do you want to show them quickly right before we wrap up? You want to show them the hood? How do you open the hood in this car?
Right there, a little lever.
There's a little lever. Oh, right over here. Let's show them the hood. If you didn't see, there is a little pony sign to remind you you're on a pony. Ooh. You know how to activate the stick? Oh, I didn't think you knew how to do it.
The only thing that sucks, it's not hydraulic and this shit burns.
This is hot? Oh, it's not that bad. It is a little hot. I don't know why I didn't think of that. So now, we have this engine here. We have the brace on top. It tells you it's a Ford Performance. We got the engine here, but as you can see, it's a small little engine in here. There's a lot of room because they're making room for that 5-liter GT. We got this up here. We got the cold air intake over here. I don't know if you can tell, I'm just spitting out random car things, so people think I know about cars, but I don't really. We got some stuff over here. We got some wires here. You know what this is? Good, because I don't either. So we're just going to skip that too.
That's the light.
That's the light thingy-majiggy. There's a wire there that runs there, and then there's this wire here that goes to this thing, and that thing goes to the engine. Turbos, you know, car stuff. This is how cars work, basically. And I mean, in all honesty, when I see this engine, it looks like there's some room if you want to put some bigger turbos. I mean, I don't know if you want to do it or not, but there's some room. Now, before we close out this video, we're gonna give you some exhaust. You wanna put it in sport mode and give them a little exhaust, give them a little something something. That's track mode. Lit. What is that? Sport? Quiet. Can I try sport? Sounds good. Now, thank you guys for sticking around. This was the taking delivery of my best friend's. Well, basically, it's not his car, but it's basically my car. It's a new Alpha TV.
I'm just paying.
Our car. Aw, you're so cute. It's our new Alpha TV car, right? Am I right or am I right? Yeah, basically. Excuse me, sir. Why are you putting the seatbelt on? You know I'm driving out of here, right?
Hell
Wait, what?
Hell no.
Why not? Are you scared? Are you nervous?
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much. Honestly, I appreciate it. I'm the second person to drive your car after you.
Yeah.
And honestly, this has been happening a lot. This is like the past month. This is like the 5th new car I've driven, and for some reason, you dumbasses trust me with your car. Clearly, he doesn't trust me anymore, but he trusts me with this car. Thank you guys so much for staying around and watching this video. If you haven't already, we're on the road to 1,000 subscribers. Go smash that subscribe button. We have started a Patreon button. It's down below if you'd like to help support us and at least give us some energy to make these videos. If you have any comments, questions, concerns, please put it down below. It's been fun. It's been real. See you later. Peace.